Hi everyone, my name is Katie, and this is my project called Living My Best Life and Creating My Personal Blue Zone. For the past 2 weeks, I focused on creating healthier routines to improve my mood, energy, and overall well being. Today, I'm going to walk you through what I did, what I found, and why it mattered. I chose this project because my schedule is pretty intense. I'm a full time student, I work 20 hours a week, and I also have a second job, which is my cake business. My days can feel chaotic, so I wanted to see if improving my routines, especially the mornings, would help me feel more organized and grounded. I also wanted to pay attention to how small habits affect my mood, energy, and productivity throughout the day. My goal was to focus on four simple habits: getting ready in the morning, staying active, drinking water, and going to bed earlier. I wanted to see if doing these things consistently would help me feel better and function better. I also planned to track everything in a journal to identify patterns. When I looked at my research, a few things stood out. One study showed that small habits done consistently can make a big difference in long term well being. Another study said habits are easier to stick to when they're tied to routines we already have, like brushing your teeth or getting ready in the morning. Other research talked about how sleep and movement improve mood, energy, and mindfulness can reduce stress. All of this supported the idea that simple daily routines actually matter. That gave me confidence that my project would really make an impact. This topic matters because the choices we make every day really affect how you feel. You don't need a huge lifestyle change. Just small routines can make a big difference in your mood, your energy, and your stress levels. For me specifically, I needed more structure in my day, and this project gave me a chance to create that. My plan was straightforward. Each day, I focused on four habits: getting ready, being active in some way, staying hydrated, and going to bed at a reasonable time. I used a habit checklist and wrote a daily reflection in my wellness journal. This helped me track consistency and notice how each habit affected my day. My routine included going to the gym or moving my body somehow, like walking, biking, pickleball, or running errands. I kept up with schoolwork, my job, and cake orders for my second job. I also spent time with family and ended each night journaling about how the day went. I didn't go to the gym every day, but when I did, I focused on cardio like the Stairmaster. Pickleball was one of my favorite ways to stay active as well. It's fun and it never really felt like a workout. Studying with friends helped me stay productive without burning out. My dogs also helped because walking them gave me a quick, easy exercise that I didn't really have to think about. Work also kept me moving, especially on busy shifts, and baking for my second job had me in the kitchen constantly. All of these counted as movement in different ways in my book. To stay accountable, I used a journal to document what I did and how I felt. I checked off my habits each day and wrote down any changes I noticed. I even took pictures when I felt productive or accomplished. This helped me connect my actions to my mood. These are some of my evidence pictures. I found that getting ready early in the morning had the biggest impact on my productivity. On days when I was active, even just a little, my mood was noticeably better. When I skipped habits, especially going to bed late, I felt more tired and slower the next day. Overall, I learned that my morning routine sets the tone for everything else. What went well was my consistency with journaling. I kept track every single day, which helped me stay aware of my habits. I also stuck with most of my routine and noticed that small movement like walking or pickle made a big difference. I definitely became more mindful of how my habits affected me. What went wrong? A couple of things that were harder for me was going to bed. Going to bed earlier was difficult when I worked late shifts. I would normally get off at like 10:30, and so it was hard to calm down after that. Drinking enough water was also harder than I expected, and on very busy days, it was tough to stay active or stick to my routine perfectly, but on those days, I tried my best. If I continued this project, I would add a mood or energy rating every day to make sure patterns are even clearer. I'd also try to build a better nighttime routine so I can go to bed earlier. I want to track water more intentionally and maybe add a small mindfulness habit like stretching before bed. I would also extend this to 30 days to see how much stronger the results would be. This project made a real impact on me. It helped me understand just how much my habits influence how I feel, emotionally, mentally, and physically. I realized that I can create my personal blue zone by building routines that support me. It mattered because it made me feel more grounded, more intentional, and more in control of my day. And I saw that small behaviors can really shape long term health happiness, not just for me, but potentially for anyone who tries it. These are my references in full APA format. Thank you for listening.